Hello again, this is Andrew from crapcuttermarketing.com. This is going to be the second video in the series of how to correctly optimize any given post that you're writing perfectly for the search engines. So in the last video we looked at the two tips of changing your permalink structure and how to create an effective post title for your blog posts. In the next video we're going to look at two more points that are very important to remember when you're writing your posts. So these two are, the first one is how to use your keyword in the title, in the content of your posts. Now, prior to now, in the prior few years, people have talked a lot about things like keyword density and how many times in your post a keyword occurs. Well, it's fairly common now amongst good SEOs that keyword density is not near as important as it used to be, and trying to put the keyword in your post exactly the right number of times can actually appear unnatural rather than natural. So it's not something that I worry a lot about. Really, if I've done everything else right that we're going to talk about in this video, set the right permalink structure, got the keyword in my blog post title and hence in the URL, and a few other things, the search engines are going to know perfectly well that this post is targeted to that particular keyword. So all I really try to do is get the post at least one time in my content. It helps if the keyword appears in the first paragraph or the first couple of sentences, preferably the first sentence of the page. So as long as it's here, that's good. If it appears down lower as well, I just grabbed and copied and pasted this content from somewhere else, so I haven't written this, but I would even consider moving it from there or changing this version. But we'll look at that in the next video. But all I really want is for this keyword to appear at least once, maybe twice, depending on how long the post is in this piece of content. So when it does appear in the content, it can be helpful to bold the keyword. So all I do here is highlight it and bold. So highlighting the keyword is just another way of showing that you're emphasizing that keyword, so that it looks to Google like this page is more organized. It looks to Google like this is definitely specifically a page about dog obedience training, because I'm emphasizing those words in the post content. So bolding those keywords can be helpful as well. The last tip that we're going to look at in this video is the use of what's called the more tag. It's this icon, and this is really important, because although WordPress out of the box is really great for SEO and it gives a lot of benefits for people trying to optimize their content for the search engines, it also has some drawbacks. And one of the drawbacks is that if you don't use it correctly, you can end up with a lot of duplicate content on your site. Now remember that duplicate content, the way a lot of people understand it, is a myth. But duplicate content in the respect that having content on your own site that is duplicated elsewhere on your own site is bad. That's true. No one will deny that. Having the same content appear on your site in multiple URLs makes your site look worse, not better. So what happens is, when you write a post, if you don't use this more tag, you write a post, and the post, this exact piece of content that you see here, is going to appear on your blog's homepage, yourblog.com, whatever the URL is. And it's also going to appear at yourblog.com/dog obedience training, how to train your dog. That's going to be the URL, right? It's going to be yourblog.com/dog-obedience-training, etc, etc. And the same piece of content, this exact same piece of content, is going to be on .com and .com/this. So it's going to appear in two places, and that's duplicate content. Not only that, but it's going to appear on your category pages. Whatever category we put this post in, it's going to appear on that page as well. It's not good news, okay? So it makes your blog look bad, like you've got a lot of duplicate content. You need to fix that. So the way to fix that is really easy. You use the more tag. What the more tag does is splits your post up into two chunks. It splits it up so that you have a small chunk of this content that's showing on your home page, and the full post showing on the post page. So the two bits of content are different, and you don't have that duplicate content issue. So all you need to do for this is find a place, usually the first couple of sentences, you want to really minimize the amount of content that you have on your homepage. You want the bit of content before the more tag to just appear as a little sample, a kind of a teaser about your blog post. So I would consider making it something like this. So dog obedience training is the process of training the dog to perform 5 very important basic commands, blah blah blah. Training helps to build a blah blah blah. So I would consider sticking a more tag after this point. So I've only got that one sentence that's going to appear on my homepage. Now all I do is put the cursor there, click, and then I click this button, and you'll see this line appear here that says more. So now this part is going to appear on the homepage of the blog when I click publish later, and the rest of this is going to appear on the post page that has the URL yourblog.com/dog-obedience-training blah 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 blah. Okay, so I hope that gives you an accurate understanding of both the importance of the more tag and the importance of using the keyword at least that one time and making it bold within your post content. We'll come back in the next video and we'll look at a couple more tips to perfectly optimizing your post content for the search engines.